back on level 11 of Gauntlet, the Third Encounter. No doors on this level. It is all secret passages. Every single wall on this stage is a secret passage. Except for 2 of them, which block off the exit unless you get a key. But since I carried a key forward from a previous stage, I don't really have to worry about that. So instead, I'm just gonna slowly nudge my way toward the exit, trying to make sure I don't get jumped from behind by any of these scorpions. That's a big room of scorpions. The key is somewhere up here toward the middle. If I can grab it for free, I might as well take it, but I'm not really desperate for it. I'm gonna just nudge myself forward here. One problem is if there's a gap in the scorpions and I throw my sword, I have to wait until the sword finishes the throw, which can take a while if there's something off screen. If there's a big gap past the edge of the screen. There's that key. That was more scorpions than I was expecting. I probably should have... Yeah, there we go. Run for that single space gap instead. Control that flow a bit better. That's just about ideal there. There's the exit. And we're out. And we're in Spiderland. There's a lot of side rooms here that don't really have anything for me, so I'm going to avoid them. I'm not going to open that room with slime monsters unless I absolutely have to. That's just asking for trouble. Out of inventory spaces. Chug all those potions, one of each. For the sharks really aren't a threat unless I wind up in their path. It doesn't hurt me to get them out of my way. Blast scroll will definitely come in handy. And that's even more handy. Coming from? It's the worst part about the inventory is just digging through all of it looking for the one item you want. Have to watch out for that boulder as I open up that door. So what I'm doing is I'm luring the boulder up and running down. Same deal again, because this is a whole system of boulder traps here. And I'm trying to avoid going into that room so I don't get surrounded by the sharks. That's just mean. I've yet to find a way to destroy those plants. Frogs. The blast at least took some of those guys out. Got a full set of potions down there if I really want them. Well, not quite a full set. You'll see a full set later on in this video. Now this is just a completely open area filled with sharks, which demonstrates the wide creativity that they had in level design. The exit isn't quite in the dead middle. It's a little bit south of the middle, if I remember correctly. What I'm doing here is I'm just getting all the sharks that follow the edge of the screen first, so that I can walk down the edge towards that, and then I'm going to try to just cut my way straight through, dodging and running as I go. It's not the most efficient method. Yeah, maybe it is the most efficient method. It's certainly better than trying to kill all the sharks. I guess it's possible to dodge in between all of them, going the whole way, but that sounds like a miserable experience to me. Deciding if I wanted to use that invisibility scroll, I probably should have. It would have been better off. You can see once I break their patterns, they start coming after me. And you can see how much life I lost. That was 3,000 life just from dealing with those. Trying to get a big open area with the slime monsters again, that was just mean. That skull key is going to be just about impossible to get without getting chewed up and spat out by the plant. So... strength is a little bit too high. Do the inventory management juggle here. Up the strength at least. That helps. Use the invisibility as well, since I'm coming up into frog and slime monster land, which is just asking for trouble. And again, huge open area with the slime monsters. If you just walked out here in general, you would have just gotten destroyed. And, making matters worse, pairing them up with the frogs. So the slime monsters overwhelm you while the frogs jump on your head. How nice of them. I really need to back this guy off into the hallway, but I got kind of cut off there. It's just getting worse. I need to get closer to the wall to deal with him. That's a little bit better. They keep getting caught in that little pocket. Alright. Some good stuff at least. Need to just keep using up these potions, though. I'm gonna need the cash soon, or relatively soon. Good to get the food out of here without taking too much damage. Slime monsters and more open areas. I got turned around a bit here. No exits, so there has to be a secret door. There it is. I know the instant I pop open anything around here, I'm just going to have spiders everywhere. Really worth it considering how potion rich I am right now. Although, come to think of it, given how I'm fighting, I probably should have picked them up and just ate them right there on the spot. Wouldn't have hurt anything. Decided to come this way mainly because I saw plenty of treasure in there to collect. And by treasure in this game, I mainly mean life and scrolls. Speed scrolls, perfect. That's the permanent speed boost for me. And a heal scroll, so 2,500 life back. Some green apples, which aren't great, but hey, every single point of life counts. That's just asking for death. I got a bit lucky there with how I positioned, because it made the spiders go through the door even more slow than they usually would. I didn't really trust that direction, so I tossed the sword up there and wound up triggering all the spiders. That's what happens when you get caught by a plant, and I'm way back in the maze now. Just checking how many keys I had if I wanted to know if I wanted to pick up these spare ones in the area. Hopefully I can do this without destroying the apple. Oh! Frog out of nowhere! That is a lot of healing I got on this stage. Usually I'm just going to pound on this plant for a couple seconds and with no effect at all. That was kind of lucky. Okay. So we're into another stage. This one's a triple spiral, with the 3 hallways going out. The correct answer is the ghost hallway. The only things that are down the spiral paths in this are treasure pots, which I have to dump and pick up the next one to get through the maze, and ghosts. One path is the spider path, one path is the bug path. The 2 dead-end paths have just a key at the end so you can get into the door for one of the other ones. This really isn't much of a level. A gimmick to this stage. I always like the gimmick stages a little bit better. At least there's kind of something to figure out and go, oh, that's what they did here, rather than just walking the corridors and killing monsters. Another Farsight scroll. Let's check out what we got around the area. Slime monsters. What happened there? The Farsight ended prematurely on me. The reason why is I got hit by one of those ghosts that just wandered in. A strength potion. I might as well just take that and chug it. If they're giving you a potion and you've got a full inventory, there's no reason not to take it and drink it. It's just... well, I should say there's one reason not to, because you don't want to waste your time. I didn't actually need to do that because I just drank a blue potion, but I was in the habit. I was expecting monsters to come running out at me here because I saw the spiders before. That's why I ignored the items and just gradually walked over looking for spiders. Yeah, there they are. Not the best position to deal with that. And there's our lovely slime monsters. Which I'm going to have to get them into this hallway to ensure that they die. They really were a terrible design decision. No more monsters are coming, might as well double back to get the treasure I passed up. Next stage has the shop, although, well, I'll cover that once I get there. The next stage is also probably the most annoying one in the run. It's going to make up the bulk of the rest of the time of this video. It is painful. Use some invisibility to help me manage the slime monsters a little bit better. It's not really helping. And I gotta go way back if I'm gonna try to contain them. Unfortunately, my rush past the slime monster with invisibility trick may not have been the best idea, but I think I'm still going to get through here. Now I've got more. Slime monster. And the real joy of this is that even if they hit you, they can keep hitting you. We are out and into the worst stage. This is the stage that has the shop in it, but this shop is a trap. This is another stage like the second stage where you have to collect every single key in the level to escape. The reason that I say that this shop is a trap is that it just contains a bunch of potions. And that may sound, really handy. Except, the next shop is level 19. Or was it 20? It's really close. And it has permanent ability enhancement scrolls. So you really shouldn't be shopping here. For what it's worth, that green potion that's got kind of the white mark on it on the right, the one that's lighter green rather than dark green, is an invisibility potion, and the black potion I bought is a health up potion. You get 1,000 life from using that. I boosted myself up so that I could try to fight the slime monsters over here. And you can see big open areas, no way to force them into a one-wide hallway. The best you can do is some of their area back there was too wide, which you can use sometimes to force them not to spawn. But it doesn't always work. And when you're fighting over there, they're coming at you from two sides. So it's just bad. And it's going to take me a long time to clean out all the slime monsters. I'm trying to get them using the wall technique, just because if I get lucky, then it saves a little bit of time. But I'm not getting lucky. I'm getting even unluckier than I usually would, where I'm getting 2 spawns coming off trying to use the wall to limit their spawn. Thought that this was a good idea for a monster design. Maybe if they only split like 2 or 3 times, or if there was a random chance that they would split. Things are just miserable to fight. I've completely given up on trying the wall technique. I caught that one in the doorway, which was very good. But that's not always possible, and even then, catching them in the doorway, they can spawn 2 monsters right behind them. Now I'm going to try to use the hallway out here as the trap point, which won't always work, because they can spawn into the doorways, like that. See how quickly it all gets out of control. That one rapidly became 6. They do a ton of damage. Just about have all of them. I passed up a few there, but I need to unload, so I'm going over there. See, that's how far I've gotten, so I need a ton more keys. Monster zoo with little boxes with a bunch of guys stacked in them. It's the most simplistic possible level design. Guys. This is the stage that doesn't end. Shoot up my scorpions there. One more key in that room. just keep coming because there's always one somewhere that wandered off. And that should wrap it up. Oh, one more for remove keys. Okay, we're all set here. And I am going to have to collect as much treasure as I can from this point on. At least there's a one-wide hallway. But I have to wait to be sure that the slime monsters are actually in the hallway. Over here and see me. Okay. A lot of spiders in this hallway. Not that you saw them other than the little screen lower left. And I've gotten the crap kicked out of me in the past few stages. Here's a funny thing. They drop rocks on you if you try to collect those pots. And really, I should have taken them anyways, but... oh well. In this stage. Hate those things. Spiders are annoying, but I can deal with them. They're a matter of planning ahead, being a little bit cautious. The plants jump out at you once you're just in range, and could be almost instantly fatal. Even with big health, if they spat me into a room full of slimes, I'd be dead right then. So I have to kind of walk in these short bursts, hoping that I don't get caught by one of those big plants. It's wizards. I don't think we've really seen them yet. They were on one of the stages earlier, but I didn't actually fight them. Oh, perfect. Permanent upgrade scroll. They all have ranged attacks. If you try to fight them in a line, you're just going to wind up getting hurt, so it's better to lure them so that they have to run around a corner. Not always possible, though. looks like it should be something, but it's not. Caught by a plant and spat over the wall. Almost got caught a second time because I was trying to dodge that shark. Alright, now, this is either the easiest stage in the world or the most annoying. Unfortunately for me, it's going to be the most annoying. This is one of those stages where there's a bunch of rooms that are locked off with treasure pots in them and one key. And then eventually, there's a door at the end with the exit behind it, and you can just walk straight to the exit and ignore all the enemies. Problem is, I need a lot of cash. So I have to go through all of these rooms, which are all identical. They're just little 4-chambered sections with ghosts, scorpions, frogs, and spiders, each having their own little room, plants in the middle to throw you off, and then the order of rooms for the enemies is different in each one. To again move in a very staticky way to avoid having that happen to me. I do find the sprite scaling kind of amusing, except it only happens with you. It doesn't happen with like the frogs when they jump. The little frogs with no animation. I almost got sucked right into that guy. This is the last one of the treasure rooms that I'm going to go through. You just get a hair too close and then bam, you're sucked in an instant. And then frogs land on your head. Alright, we're out of here. Stage 20 is the furthest stage that the level select code can take you to. So you'd have to get through the remaining 20 stages all on your own. So 21 technically, since you have to complete stage 20. And I should be chugging some potions. Double checking my money as well. And I don't have a key to get in there and beat up frogs. Something we always want. Now, if I had plenty of cash, I wouldn't need to open up these rooms and I could actually leave this stage with a few more keys than I came in with. but I did not. Now I have to be kind of cautious with that room of mages up here, but if I get a little bit closer, you should see this is actually set up so that they have to walk in from a different angle. They can't get a shot on you as they approach. So unlike the previous time I fought them, I can just pick them all off easily. The shop is right through here. There's the exit if I wanted to take it. There's lots of stuff still on this stage to do. Speed? Yay. There's a revive down there as well, but who wants revive when you could have a permanent speed boost? Just have to get a little bit more cash.